Hi Taurus, and welcome to your Love Tarot reading. This is for July 1st through 15th, 2019. We're going to look at all things regarding love and romance, single, couple, complicated dating, all of it. So Taurus, let's see kind of past, present, future energies for these first 2 weeks of July in regards to love and romance. Okay, so we have a jumper. So moving in to July, we have infatuation. So this is either coming on your side, Taurus, or on the side of another person, or you and another are just wrapped up in each other, totally infatuated, just enjoying life. Ooh, it dreams about you. And friend zone. Oh no. What's that? Okay, Taurus, listen. What I'm kind of feeling here, the next card out would be courtship, right? So that kind of plays into this for me a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about singles first here. Infatuation. You are either really infatuated with somebody or somebody is very infatuated with you, okay? You're having dreams about them, they're dreaming about you, but with friend zone, I feel like this person is either you've kept at bay or they're keeping you at bay. Nonetheless, there's like this mutual attraction going on here, okay? We're going to pull more dice to totally confirm that, but I feel some resistance, like somebody holding back from from romance, okay? But wow, yeah, it's like you are all about somebody or somebody is all about you. Now, those of you who are dating, this to me is kind of like one of those situations where, you know, you're into each other, you seem compatible, but one of you is like holding back and like, oh, you know, I'm not ready for a commitment, or we're just friends, you know, that type of energy. I do see that going on. Now, they're just, whether that's you keeping somebody as a friend or somebody's kind of just keeping you as a friend, like refusing for the commitment, like the attraction is there, all right, on both sides. So we'll have to dig in more to see why, you know, it's still in that space of friend zone. Now, those of you who are, you know, in a committed relationship, what I see here is, Taurus, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, is there's somebody like outside of your relationship that's either trying to come in at you or trying to come in at your partner. It doesn't mean like they're actively pursuing that, but they definitely have interest, okay? And since this is general, we don't know which side that lies upon in this reading, but you have to apply it to your situation. If there's no energy of that existing in your romance, then this probably isn't for you. But I would assume, Taurus, that if this is somebody coming at your partner, you already kind of sense that and have vibes about that person. Like, I don't care if they say they're just your friend, like, I think they're interested in you. I'm not seeing like your partner straying on you, all right? I see somebody coming in like very interested. Or Taurus, this could be you, where you know there's somebody who's very interested in you, who's just a friend, and you know, you're trying to keep them at bay, but they are starting to make their interests known to you, or just like subtly put it out there, okay? So those of you who are coupled, I feel like on one side or the other, there's a friend, okay, a so-called friend who's truly kind of got a different angle going on in their intention. And I'll tell you, Taurus, I actually had a friend like that who very subtly was like flirting with my boyfriend, and I was picking up on it the whole time. But back then he was such a jerk anyways. I was an insecure hot mess, and so I didn't know up from down. I just assumed that I was picking up on something that wasn't really there because of my insecurities. But the truth at the end of the day was I was right 100%. She was definitely trying to be very subtle and, you know, see if he would be interested in straying behind the scenes. And so, Taurus, I kind of feel that going on here, where there's that type of friend somewhere. And again, listen to your instincts, okay? Because I just wanted to tell myself I was crazy. She was a friend since childhood, fellow Pisces, and I really adored her. And truth be told, she just wanted my man. Like, she reconnected with me and met my boyfriend, and then, you know, everything changed. So, just be wary of that energy if you've been picking up on it, all right? Because I'm definitely feeling that for some of you. All right, so... Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords. So that's the truth right there. So I love that, all right? We have the Three of Swords. Yeah, Taurus, those of you coupled up, I never, ever like giving bad readings. I don't. But trust your freaking instincts, okay? I don't feel like anybody's cheating here. I feel like there's a friend trying to screw things up between a couple. You know, there's somebody on the peripheral, and if that doesn't resonate, don't get all freaked out like, oh my God, because you're already picking up on these vibes, all right? That's why they're coming through the reading. I feel to give you the confirmation that you need, so that you know, Taurus, that you're not crazy and that you're not wrong in how you feel. Because look at this, the Six of Cups, that's something of the past. And lastly, the Five of Swords. So, Taurus, those of you coupled, seriously, you be careful. And it's interesting that I shared that story of my friend, my childhood friend, because hello, that's what the Six of Cups is about, is like history and past and nostalgia, innocence. So Taurus, if that, I mean, I've totally forgot about that. Like, that's just such old history, like 12 years ago of my life, okay? The fact that Spirit brought that forth so strongly for me to share that with you guys, and now that I see the dice that have come out, like, there is worry and concern. Like, you're picking up on something, or towards your partner is picking up on this friend that's interested in you. This could go either way, all right? Here's the truth coming out, which kind of breaks the heart, makes us sad, hurts us because of our attachment to this friend, all right? Look at the Six of Cups comes out straight under Friendzone, all right? Last, Five of Swords, that is manipulation, that is argument. And so, Taurus, if you're feeling vibes about somebody not having the best intentions, you are 100%. Don't question yourself. Put your foot down and don't stand for it at all, because this friend is very infatuated either with your partner or with you. And if this is coming in on your side, Taurus, it's better that you just like cut it off and call it out for what it is. And, you know, cut it off with that person, because it will cause more damage to the relationship. Because on either side, you know, attention is great, especially, you know, when it's coming from a very attractive person. My friend was a very attractive girl. It feels great to receive that, right, if you're the one getting it, but it can really cause a lot of heartache and damage to your partner, even though nothing is going to go on, even though you have no intention of following through with any of that, you know, just enjoying the attention of it. It's very hurtful. Same goes on the other side. If that's somebody coming in towards your partner, giving them that attention, it may feel good to them, but it's very hurtful and damaging to your side. So if you are experiencing that, Taurus, here's your confirmation of that person does not have the best intentions for you and your partner. And you're not wrong and you're not crazy. And you have every right in the world to put your foot down and tell your partner what's up and cut ties with that person. And, you know, because they're never going to own up to it, right? Never. So anyways, couples, listen, the truth will come out, and I feel like you've got to kind of cut somebody off, which does make you sad. But you know what? If somebody isn't true and their intention isn't pure, you don't need them in your life anyways, causing drama and trauma within your connection, okay? Also with this, you know, some of you, this could be a different type of interference where either like your partner's friends are causing a lot of interference, a lot of negativity within the relationship, or on your side, Taurus. And again, I feel like we have to cut those energies out of the relationship to really allow the relationship to prosper, okay? Those of you that are in this kind of complicated situation where it's like you're dating but there's no commitment and, you know, the other person refuses or you're refusing, I kind of feel, Taurus, like these first 2 weeks, like one of you is going to cut off that connection entirely. Why? because I feel like there's something else coming in. This could be an old flame of your past, an old connection, or this could be a brand new romance showing up these first 2 weeks of July, which you just immediately click and you feel like, you know, everything is beautiful and peachy and sun and stars, you know, like all of those things. So those of you who have been dealing with somebody who's just not like interested in getting committed despite the connection and the amount of time you've been spending together, Taurus, I feel there's a new romance kind of coming up into your space, into your world, being offered to you these first 2 weeks of July. And yes, it does make us sad to, you know, disconnect from somebody that we really care about. But if they're not giving you the love, honor, and respect that you deserve, they don't deserve to be by your side. They need to evolve and mature emotionally and maybe deal with some karmic energies before they are compatible enough to be in the same vibration as you are when it comes to love and romance, okay? Now, those of you who are single out there, yeah, I do feel like there is somebody that, you know, is like a friend or somebody from your past, just because of the Six of Cups, that really misses you, thinks about you, dreams about you, you know, and there's like a lot of worry in approaching you, okay, for some reason, and telling their truth of how they feel about you. Or Taurus, this is general, this could be you, and there's, you know, somebody who's just a friend in your life, and you want to tell them how you feel, but you have a lot of worry that expressing your truth is only going to get you rejected, and you would rather hang on to just being friends than lose this connection entirely, okay? Or vice versa, they're really afraid to step up and step forward and tell you how they feel, like they're afraid of being rejected by you, Taurus. So whether they would be or not is not the point. That's the fear here, is there would be a lot of rejection. And honestly, out of 5 dice, we have 4 swords, which is all about, you know, the mental body and communication. And the swords that have come out, it's like I'm really afraid to speak my truth because that will end in heartbreak or having me rejected. And, you know, this person means a lot to me and I don't want to do that. So Taurus, I kind of feel as though somebody's really afraid to speak their true feelings for you, which is like runs deep, or you're very afraid to speak your feelings to somebody that run really deep because you both don't want to be rejected. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. Okay, so we have token of affection or romantic offer. Yep, look at that's coming right out under that 9 of Swords. We're really afraid of that. So that's an expression, or those of you in relationships, again, where you're worrying or feeling like there's somebody trying to come at your partner, like that, there it is, right there, the worry of that. And under this Ace of Swords, nice, we have the 10 of emotion, happiness, togetherness, tribe. Interesting because Aries also received these 2 cards, not the next 3 though. Okay, and you know, I shuffle in between readings and then I shuffle during the reading. So some of you, this could involve an Aries, just saying. Also could involve a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But here it is. Taurus, those of you in connection, your love, your bond is stronger than any sort of interference trying to come from the outside. Whether somebody's trying to come at your partner, come at you, or there's just a lot of interference from like from friends or family. It's, if you guys just talk and decide there's certain connections that need to be cut off out of your life, I feel like you guys prevail and overcome. All right, and now look at this, karma sitting under this 3 of Swords, balancing, divine order, reaping. So Taurus, with this right here, anybody who's trying to come against you and your relationship, as long as you and your partner are on the same side, on the same team, and have communication and talk about it, it's like you will overcome this, and that person will, you know, spirit will take care of that. It's just, don't let that energy get in between the two of you, whether it's on your side or their side. It's like you guys got to band together and get into the same perception about what to do. And, you know, if this is where you feel like there's somebody really interested in your partner, or you feel like there's a lot of interference from their friends, from their family, Taurus, you need to really present this to them and communicate that, but do it in a positive, loving way with actual like proof. You know, this is why. Here's these 5 examples of why I've come to this conclusion, and I'm not feeling okay. And if I'm not feeling okay, we're not going to get along, and our relationship isn't going to feel right. Like, you've got to really discuss these things in a positive way, and you will be heard, Taurus. You absolutely will be, because anybody trying to come at your relationship, like, karma's going to blow up in their face, all right? Next out is the 2 of Thoughts, blinded, denial, ego. Yeah, and look at right under that friend zone. So the person trying to come in between is never in a million years going to own up to it, Taurus, never. And now under this 5 of Swords, we have the completion, elevation, evolution, manifestation. Yeah, listen, whoever this friend is, like, you guys really need to cut them off, cut them out of your life, all right? They are just toxic. Like, they are all about themselves. They're a wolf in sheep's clothing. They mean no goodwill. Like, Taurus, if you and your partner have been having trouble, and let's say one of their friends is like trying to be there for you, do not trust that, all right? Especially if it's the opposite sex of you, you know, or if you are in a gay or lesbian relationship. I guess I shouldn't say that. If it's one of your partner's friends and they're trying to be there for you, they're not. They're trying to get in. They're interested in you, Taurus. They're trying to wedge something between you and your partner, all right? Same goes on your side. If you have this friend, like, oh, let me be there for you and let me bash your partner and tell you how you deserve so much more. Again, they have ulterior motives. Like, they're trying to break you two up. And I don't feel that you guys are supposed to break up. Like, I don't. Not with this right here. The truth will come out. Your bond is stronger. If there's like a lot of friends or family interference in this connection, it's really time for you guys to put your boundaries down and maybe become more private about your relationship or something along those lines. It's just, whatever this interference is, Taurus, cut it out of your life, and you can with this Ace of Swords, okay? And remember, whoever is being accused is never going to own up to it in a million years. They're just not. They're going to say that you're crazy, that you're wrong, that you're this, that you're that. Who cares? They're full of crap. Like, they totally are. Now, those of you in this complicated situation, again, the same thing. It's like they are not going to budge. They're going to keep going at this, not offering you commitment, not being respectful and honoring to this connection as long as they can get away with it, okay? Because the connection does exist for sure. But with this coming out, the completion with the 5 of Swords, I really do feel, Taurus, it's time for you to put your foot down, because that person has a lot of emotional evolving to do, okay? Those of you who are single, yeah, you definitely got some interest coming your way, but again, somebody could be really afraid to express their crush or their heart to you. Like, they don't want to be rejected, but man, there's the beautiful bond here, okay? And that could be like you being scared, or they are scared, all right? It's just, I see some interest here, but somebody like keeping it to themselves because they don't want to be rejected. Period. End of story. Like, almost willing to like let this love go with them to their grave, because they would rather have you in their life to some capacity rather than expressing all of this emotion and having you run away and cut them off and cut them out, okay? And with that said, Taurus, if you've been, you know, if there's been somebody that's hanging around you and they have been expressing interest, but you are not interested on any level, what you have to do is, like, they're not taking their hint. They're not getting it. Like, they're not picking up what you're laying down through your kindness. and trying to let them down easy. It may be these first 2 weeks of July, like you're gonna have to be blunt and put it out there. But when you do that, it's almost like they'll try to flip it around on you and be like, oh, don't have a big head, I haven't been pursuing it. Like, yeah, just a real kind of jerk energy. So be wary of that. You may have to cut somebody off if they just haven't been getting the hint through your niceness, you know. But those of you single, I do see some new romance coming in, and man, I swear one of you has like this friend that would do anything to be with you. So let's pull some final cards, Taurus. Crazy chemistry. Settling in self-worth, look at that. And lastly, we have intimate conversation. So I kind of feel like this here is singles, complicated relationship, and couples. Like that's the finality here. So Taurus, what I see for you singles, new romance coming in, it's awesome. Okay. Again, there may be this friend that you would have a whole lot of chemistry and connection with if you just opened up to it. Like you just maybe don't see them in that light, but man, I don't know, there could be this big shift and you finally see them in that light, or they finally see you in that light if it, you know, hasn't been there previously. Aside from somebody that you know, I do see a new romance being offered to Taurus. Might make you a little nervous. But man, lots of chemistry, lots of passion, just feeling really wrapped up in each other, okay? Now, for those of you in this situation where it's like no commitment is being offered, settling in self-worth, this is Spirit saying, listen, Taurus, you deserve better than that. That person needs to evolve. Let these new romance energies into your life because it's really going to make you happy. Like there's a lot of adventure to be had here, a lot of passion and excitement and romance and just feeling in that space, Taurus. It's all right there, okay? So don't put up with somebody who can't give you 110% when you're giving more than that, all right? Because that you're settling and it takes away from your self-esteem and your self-worth. And even though it breaks your heart to stay away from them, in the long run, that's healthier for you mentally and emotionally. Because when somebody continually rejects you in that subtle way of, well, yeah, we could do all these things, but we're not going to be committed, that attacks your self-worth more than you ever know at a subconscious level. It's a repetitive, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. And that's not the case at all. That person needs to emotionally mature. So Spirit's bringing your attention to that and saying, Taurus, you deserve better than that. And you maybe put them in the friend zone for now and focus on you and new opportunities coming your way. All right. Now, couples, intimate conversation, soul. This is soul to soul, Taurus. I really feel any sort of interference you're picking up on coming into your relationship, as long as you really present yourself in a positive, loving way and be vulnerable and show your emotions and your concerns along with your examples as to why you've come to this conclusion, I just feel like you guys have a breakthrough and understanding, and you both see each other's sides, and you guys come together mutually and make a decision of certain people that have to be cut out of your life because they are trying to come at your relationship and damage it, and you guys are stronger than that, okay? So Taurus, those are your messages. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.